So much happiness. Oh my God. So much happiness. Yay. Yay, dogs. Yay. Hi.
Hi.
What you got?
We have new sponsors.
Who?
The Circa Theater Grand Rapids
Okay.
is giving us season passes for our auction.
Okay.
And Chateau Chantal
Okay.
has also contributed to our auction.
That's excellent.
Yes. Chateau Chantal is the highest rated winery in the state of Michigan.
Cool. Well, good job. And thank you guys. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. I'm Chris Boden. You're not. And it is Saturday, November 14th, 12:32 hours. Really? I could have waited 2 minutes. Could have waited 2 minutes and been better. Big tour day. Lots of stuff going on. An away team trip. Sam's here, breaking things.
Always.
What you doing, Sam?
Making a throttle assembly.
Yeah? Your battery came in. And lots of little widgy bits. Everything you had on that list is here.
Nice. I also have a little pile of parts over there as well.
Cool.
For the throttle
Everything's here except for the controller thing.
assembly. Right. Doing paint by numbers.
Yeah? Oh, this is Salmon Sea, is what this is. You went too far in your corner.
That's alright.
Everything is one forever.
Forever. It's alright, you'll never see it.
You turned the handle the wrong way?
No, I think it's going a little too far. Maybe it drifted. You'll never know.
Good morning, sir. How you feeling today?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Are you ready for your big fun road trip?
I'm loading up the trailer now.
Cool. I got a guy gonna be by later on this afternoon, evening. I'm not expecting him until after 5:30. He's gonna be dropping off a small safe.
I won't be here.
What time are you gonna be back?
Sunday.
Oh. Make sure the forklift is ready to go. Like, not stuck on the charger or something like that. Because I can unload a safe by my damn self, but I'm gonna need the forklift to do it. Is good? Okay. So your whole day's just road trip, isn't it?
That's what his case has been able to do, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I've done nothing to do because there was no chance of that actually working.
What do you want to do?
He wanted to emboss letters that were too small to do.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay.
For the VIP tour, can we please do a Lego?
Yes.
Thank you.
I will prep it on Sunday night so that it's easy to do.
Lego tires, pretty cool.
You like that?
I'm digging this.
Not
I like
Lego.
the broken one. Yeah, not Lego. Rego! I like the one with the chunk out of it.
Yeah.
The cutaway.
That's why we kept it.
Yeah,
It looks really cool.
it does. That should go in the case.
Okay.
Rego!
Rego.
You got to make 1,000 more of these like today.
No, I can't.
No, I want them today, damn it. I want them before you leave. Because I want to start making stuff out of them.
There's 120 there. You can make something.
And we need some half blocks.
I can make some half blocks.
I figure half blocks would be pretty easy.
I've got
we gotta see
drops
what else we
from
can
the
do. Yeah,
full boards
that's what I
that I
figured.
can
Out of the
make.
drops, and make half blocks.
Yeah, that was the intent.
Okay.
I'm kind of going in a solid direction here right now.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're going to get my machine.
Well, tour's on. Let's go see how they're doing. They're already off.
My name is Liz. I am the executive director here, and today I am also playing the role of tour guide. A deep group is a makerspace. That means that we are a place for you to come and make absolutely anything that you want. If you want to work on a hobby project, a school project, a small business project, doesn't really matter to us. We are here to help you make it. The best part about our facility is it does not require that you know how to make what you want to do before you start. So you don't have to be an expert in manufacturing. We are here to help you learn what you need to do in order to make what you want to make. And if your goal is to simply learn how to do things like manufacturing, we have programs that we can help you do start to finish. If your goal is to make a bust of Julius Caesar, we can help you do that too. So usually when people come and make things, the place that everybody starts is the 3D printing area. 3D printing is popular for that because it's pretty much the cheapest and fastest way that you can go from I have an idea to I want to see what it looks like. We charge 15 cents per gram for the 3D printing, so most of these things cost a couple of dollars. Our super awesome bust of Carl Sagan would have cost you $100. So,
Alright, so this is a Perkin-Elmer furnace cooling system. We got 2 tubes, so I'm guessing it's just a cooling loop, probably just a fan and a radiator, but let's take a look at what we got here, because it says it wants 230 volts only. I think that number is soft, and we can change it, and if we can, because it's got a nice regular IEC plug on the end, if we can power this off of 120, might be able to make it into use as a liquid cooling system for something else. Like a bloody big computer! Should be pretty cool.
Or a small laser.
Or, yeah, small laser system? I don't know about that.
Depends on how clean it is, I
Yeah,
guess.
laser systems want super, super clean water. All that deionized stuff. I prefer to have my ionizes. Oh, shit, I gotta take my phone. That's spooky. Alright,
Ooh.
what do we got? I'm gonna put that plug back on there, just for safety. And that really needs a good
You got a reservoir, your pump, and a radiator
and
with
a
a fan.
radiator fan. So there's really nothing to this. So if we can run this, on 120, we're okay, because there's nothing else going on here. It's motor, pump, fan, radiator, and from the looks of it, it's water out here. Okay, so the water comes in, so the pump works in suction, really. So our water comes in here, through the pump, out into the reservoir, into the bottom of the reservoir.
Usually comes out of the bottom of the reservoir into the thing.
This is very clearly labeled.
Oh, does it say in?
It says right here, water in.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Into the machine.
Into the machine. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. So we're coming into the top of the radiator.
So it's like, that's silly to pump
yeah,
it
yeah.
into
I was
the-
like, that's kind of weird, but
Just flow
okay.
off the top. Oh.
So the water actually comes in here,
Into the radiator.
into the radiator. Fan. Beefy fan. Damn. So fan, and comes.
Back up.
Oh, we come out here into the reservoir, which gives us an air gap, which is cool. So that lets all the air bubbles separate out. Out of the bottom of the reservoir, into the pump, out the pump, into the machine. Batman, give me an IEC cable, please. Just a regular IEC cable.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Now, it's very clearly labeled 230 volt only, but it's single phase. So really, how hard can it be? Worst that'll happen is it just won't work or trip a breaker. However, yeah, no water's going to come out of there, right? Because it's a quick connect fitting. Looks like a quick connect fitting. Feels like a quick connect fitting. I think it's a quick connect fitting. So I can turn the pump on. It's not going to spray water all over the place, right? It's going to be fine. It's going to be totally cool. Yeah. It's either going to not work at all, or it's going to work really, really poorly. And I can't really plug it in for more than just a second or two anyway, because if the pump does work, it's going to bog down. What's going on in the wood shop?
Oh, Bruce is doing some test stuff.
Oh, okay.
One of the routers is a little funky.
Oh, okay. That's a router making that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds like a planer.
Well, they're both
Here,
spinning
you
blades
take
of
this.
death.
So Batman,
Yeah.
these are quick connect fittings, so they're sealed. This isn't gonna like spray water out or anything, right? It's gonna be totally fine, right? It's gonna be good.
No guarantees.
All right. Oh, for off. Little line for on. What do you think? Nothing at all, or trip a breaker?
We'll see. Yeah.
Get this door open, please.
Oh, okay.
Go help the tour.
Alright, we're going this way.
Nothing. Not enough chutzpah. At least I don't think. Oh no, the fan moves. Kind of. Alright, so there's that. Huh.
Do nothing.
The fan kind of limply
Yeah.
tried,
So it really wants to.
it really wants to turn it, which sucks. However, you got 120 fans. Might be able to glue together a 120 motor. Or put in a little transformer, little baby transformer, because that can't draw so much. And take that 120 input up to 240. There's a lot of wires going on here. There's a whole lot of wires here.
And you got fan, motor, and I'm sure there's a thermal for the motor. Or that'd be in there. Never mind.
Yeah. Hey, I get that the motor's got a lot going on with the capacitor and all that jazz, but
That's motor.
there's a lot of wires
That's the
going on
fan.
here. Alright. Here, take this and put the lid back on. I think I might use this for pieces. I think this could be cool as a thing, but I don't want to have to power it off 220. Also, it's missing a screw. It makes me sad. screw, Batman.
The fact that all these other screws are kind of rusty tells me that this thing's probably spewed its contents once or
covered
twice.
in shmoo on the inside, this sticky, nasty, icky shmoo.
Right.
And just, I think that where this thing existed was a rough and tumble hardcore chemistry lab, like before ours. And it's just had a long, hard life. But who hasn't, Batman? Who hasn't? I mean, I get that you can walk around with the bright smile and sparkling genitals of a young virgin boy, but some of us have seen things. Years of war and imprisonment have changed a man. It's just how it is. Tour group. Sexy sound. How you gonna hold that in there?
There'll be a second piece that sits on top, and everything will just kind of compress and hold itself in.
Okay. Oh, it fits like it was made for it. It's beautiful.
Now I'm going to be real fancy. Countersink the head.
Yeah.
So before we go into the wood shop, I want to point out a couple of tools that are part of the wood shop and keep them up here because they are meant for large wood that comes in the back doors. You can go up an hour to pick up the one on here. We have this saw stop paper saw, which is really great because it is a saw that's designed specifically to not cut body cut off. So you can just step in and saw off board. It costs about $120 every time that it comes into contact with the skin. That is significantly cheaper than the we also have the candle saw, which prevents you from needing to take a saw in the first place in most instances, because you can just put the wood in and use the saw up and down. If you've ever had somebody cut you a sheet of wood at like a depot, they use this type of saw. It's definitely the safest way to go. So the first step is the candle saw, and then once you actually need to use the candle saw, you have that. And you have an industrial fan saw out here. So these three are kind of our stable working tools. You just bring the wood right out and work on it, and then if you want to move into the wood shop with it,
Did you just drop the bit on the table?
That Chuck gets me.
Did you do that? Did you just drop a bit on the table?
Every time that gets me.
You wouldn't do that. Sam's Pneumatic Drawbar, album name of the day. Hey, Sam. You know it's worse than dropping the bid on the table? Is it a perfect, beautiful countersink? Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Hey, look, the bit's on the table. I thought for a second it might have fallen on the floor, but that never happened.
Sounds made up.
Yep. That's awful pretty, Sam. You got your little nipple? There you go. Just slip it right in there. Oh, yeah. Hey, Sam.
He's pressed. That's good.
Sam.
What?
The hole's too big around.
Yeah, I know.
It's too much.
Perfect.
Yeah? Oil clearance.
Drain hole.
Oh, okay. Where's your air leak at?
The whole thing leaks.
Oh,
It's new air
okay.
fittings. It's needed ever since I rebuilt the whole thing. But as you can see, it gets used so much.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a beautiful thing, Sam.
It is.
All right, guys, we get to do something remarkable. At this moment, you're on live television. Don't be surprised, you've been on live television since you came in the building. If you can see this building, it can see you. There's 180 cameras throughout the building, and right now we're on that one up there. They can see and hear everything we say and do. And we have no control over who's watching. It could be every human being on Earth with an internet connection. We also have no control every week over who comes through on the tour. It's free game. You could be presidents of foundations, you could be presidents of countries for all we know, or you could be just, normal dudes. I'm not just a physics guy, I'm actually the president and founder of the Geek Group. And right now, you guys get to ask me absolutely anything you want. There are no rules. I swear to God, I've even gotten boxers and briefs. You can ask anything you want to know about the Geek Group, or what we do, or how we run it, and there's a reason we do this every week. We're a non-profit organization. That means we exist to serve the public good. We're a science organization. That means we believe in really weird concepts like critical thinking, and logic, and reason, and common sense. And if I can get people every week to learn that you can hold people accountable, that you can ask questions and demand evidence, and that critical thinking works, damn it, you might just start using that in other places, and that's how we develop an informed electorate. Because you're going to vote someday!
Oh my God, yes.
That scares the hell out of me. So, this is my little way every week of making the world a better place. Because it's my way of teaching people, you need to ask questions, you need to demand evidence. So this is your chance to ask me absolutely anything you want about what we do, how we do it, anything, how memberships work. So who wants to start? Go.
What was some of the most crazy crap that could have been crazy bad?
In here?
Yeah. Well, most
That's a long list.
Oh,
there's like 20 different rooms here that'll kill you. I mean, even this room. You're sitting in a room right now, and there's a tabletop nuclear reactor right behind that guy. Yeah, really, it's a star in a jar. Some of the, oh my God, I can't believe we did that things. How old are you? 11, okay.
wow.
When I was a little bit older than you, we had the bright idea to make a wind-powered cart. It's where the Geek Group all began. We took a bunch of old bicycles and welded it up at a buddy's farm, and we made a big triangle cart, and we couldn't figure out how to make a motor work on the cart, so we went and bought a surplus military parachute, took it out to Grand Valley. And by the way, because of lawyers and insurance companies, if you go to buy a surplus military parachute, they don't sell you a whole parachute. They cut it in half. For safety. What are you going to do with half a parachute, right? So we sewed it together, and this was back when I was just out of high school, I was in college, and it was back when Madonna was at the boob era. Remember the phones of the 90s? Yeah. So we called it, if you take a half of a semicircle and you sew it like this, you end up with a big cone. So we called it Madonna 1. And we took this parachute and a bunch of, it has all the strings that come off the parachute. And we hooked it to a rock climbing harness, which you cannot get out of very easily. Given your line of work, it was a Black Diamond Boden 2 harness. So with the cinchilla and all that. Ran this through a figure 8, and you hold on for dear life, and you got to hold on to the rope and try and steer the cart, and there's no brakes and negligible steering, and the whole thing just... And then we took it out to Grand Valley, because big parking lots, and I grew up in Coopersville, so it was the biggest parking lot we could find nearby. What we hadn't counted upon is the fact that Grand Valley State University sits at the bottom of the Grand River Valley. And anybody who's ever spent any time out there knows that it's notoriously very, very windy. So we're out in G-Lot in the middle of a Sunday afternoon trying to dodge cars and trees and shrubs and poles and that. I may be the first person in the history of Grand Valley State University to get a speeding ticket for an air-powered vehicle. And I look back at that now and think, wow, that was dumb! So yeah, because we were doing like 40, 50 miles an hour in this stupid car. Other really stupid things, street luges. It's like a skateboard, but you lay down on it. It's like an 8-foot-long skateboard. We didn't know anything about street luges. We just saw these on TV and we're like, that looks cool! I want to do that! I have a machine shop! Let's make a street luge! The guys who make street luges make them out of like aerospace aluminum with perfect wheels, and it's all really highly refined, and they cost thousands of dollars.
They made it out of wood.
No, we made it out of steel, and it weighed like 40 pounds, and used skateboard wheels with trucks that are, street luge trucks are like this wide, skateboard trucks about this wide. It was great until you got up to about 40. At 40 miles an hour, you realize, A, my butt is 2 inches off the ground, which is basically a cheese grater at this point. B, all I have is a helmet. C, brakes are the bottom of your shoe, which you learn very quickly works great for 5 seconds, then the bottom of your shoe melts and it shoots molten rubber up your pant leg, which sucks really bad! Street luging is a really stupid sport. The entire purpose is lay flat, try not to die. So yeah, those are the worst ones that I've ever done.
Well, sound like simple rules though, Chris.
Yeah, next question. Usually it's like projects and stuff. What?
What was your #1 life or death situation?
I'll let you know when it's over with. I'm the president of a nonprofit corporation. I'll let you know when we're past life or death situations on a day-to-day basis. Right now it's how do we get the heat on this one? Yeah. Go.
I was going to ask about funding. You have memberships. Does
We
that
do.
cover your funding, or do you have other sources of funding?
Memberships don't cover funding yet, but we're designed to where they will. We just need to get more memberships. We're just stepping out in that. We've spent the past 5 years remodeling this building. When we got this building, there was no electricity, no heat, no running water. Half the windows were busted out. It was bad. All of those plaques on the wall are companies that have donated financially and frequently in kind, which is things. And around the corner is a million little tiles on a wall, people's names on them. Those are all people who donated money. And it doesn't matter if that person donated $50,000 or $5. They're all on the wall. And we're just, in September, we started doing serious grant writing, like for the first time, like for real. And since September, we've put out about 1,300, I think. I could be wrong on that. It's over 1,000 grant proposals. And we're just starting to learn how to do that. We started that in September. Today is the end of 8 weeks since we started. And most of the really fast turnaround grants are 6 to 8 weeks. We're just starting to get results. We've added like 20 new sponsors in the past 2 weeks, which is really cool. But we are woefully underfunded. Right now, our funding is about $700,000 a year. Our budget this year to like pay all the bills, pay everybody gets paychecks, life is good, we're just at zero, is about 1.3 million. Our 5-year plan puts us at about 6-7 million in there.
How many years, when did you start this?
We started this 20 years ago, but when we started, it was me and a dozen of my weirdo friends that were like, let's build stuff, because fun! And that just kind of exploded. Now we have 35,000 members worldwide. We have members in over 160 countries. We have over 12 million viewers on YouTube. It's nuts. I never dreamed that people would act like all you guys. You just showed up for a Saturday tour. We're doing robots and lasers and giant industrial machines and exploding. I never had any idea we'd get this big. This is supposed to be me and a dozen guys in a dorm room making air-powered parts and trying not to die. Now it's awkward. After I do this, like I get to do the Q&A today, and then I get to go down and hang out with Sam because we're designing a go-kart, which is like a mobility scooter on steroids, for this handicapped kid because they got one of those stupid little scooters and it sucks really bad if you're a kid. So we're making this kid an electric three-wheeled go-kart thing just because we can, because it's robotics and we know electronics and robotics, we can build that, it's fun, and why not? So it's nuts. We're nowhere near where we want to be, but we're on the path. What we need is, I need to get 1 million people like you to realize that the guys who invented cell phones are gods.
No.
I get a lot of people that come in here and they're like, this is cool, but I'm not smart enough to do that. You really are! You really are! The guy who invented the cell phone was not some super turbo genius. You can do this. And if I can get people to realize that you have the ability to make anything you can imagine, all you have to do is have the sincere, passionate desire to learn how. And you can learn that here. And once I do that, it explodes. And it happens every week. Like out of this whole group, maybe half a dozen people will be like, yeah, this is cool, sign me up. And they pay their 40 bucks a month or their $1 a day or whatever, and they get into it. And then it builds and it builds. And they tell their friends and they tell their friends. But we don't advertise, you don't see commercials for us and stuff like that. We open the doors every week and say, come on down, check us out. And some people like us, and some people don't. And sometimes I offend people horrifically. And I'm okay with it.
Mackenzie brings it down your sign every week.
Yeah. She brings her kid down here and I beat the hell out of him on a regular basis. So yeah, it's a good system.
He comes home with no marks, so it's all good.
But we're not where we want to be yet, but we're on the path. And even where we are, which is just starting out, we're the largest, oldest, non-profit makerspace on Earth. So we're doing all right. There's a lot worse ways to spend the past 20 years of my life. Go.
What's your least favorite equipment autopsy?
That cat, that damn cat, is the. For those of you that don't know, how many of you were, when you were a kid, like to take things apart and see how they work? Exactly. We do video series on, and there's lots of videos in the series where we take things apart, and it might be something like take apart a toaster, or it might be a forklift. Like we're doing one this summer. We're going to be doing a tank, like a World War II tank, and there's a whole series of these videos on the internet of taking these things apart. They're called equipment autopsies, and that's what he's asking about. Next. Go.
What kind of activities, projects do you guys have or have access to that a 3-year-old could get involved in?
Why do you think that?
There's a lot of ways I would like to answer that question. However, I'm not allowed to use words like that anymore. So this is what I'm going to say. I am 40 years old. At 22 years old, I had a vasectomy. I have, on a regular basis, written down the reasons why. I'm going to write a book of them someday, the 10,000 reasons why I had a vasectomy. 3-year-old in a machine shop is going on that list. I am the absolute last person on earth who should ever make judgments towards parenting things. This is what I will tell you. We have an arm's reach rule in the building. If you feel that your 3-year-old is appropriate in any room in this building, bring them with my blessing. The moment you cannot reach out and put your hands around the neck of your 3-year-old, I will. He will be brought to the lobby and given espresso and a puppy. Which you will take home. Yeah, puppy! Hey. But it's not my job to know what to, because I know 40-year-old adults that should not be allowed to use power tools, and I know 12-year-old kids that I would trust unsupervised in the laser lab. It's so unique. As long as you're the parent and you're doing your job, my job's easy. And that system of, I'm going to put faith in you to understand that you've spent a lot of money to have a 3-year-old, and they're fun to replace, but they're expensive, and it's a lot of work, so you're probably not going to want to break him. You'll be alright. We've put 10-year-olds on a forklift. and be like, yeah, you drive the forklift. It's cool. It's fun. I'd trust him with a. No, I wouldn't. I'm lying. No,
But he's paying attention enough to the puppy.
It's very subjective. There is no policy. Our policy is people under 16, arm's reach. That's the only, because if we don't do that, what I get is people that want to bring him, and the parent sits up here reading a book, and he's running around in high voltage. And now I've got a problem. Arm's reach. And if your kid wants, if you're bored, if you don't want to learn electronics, and he becomes a master of the NOR gate and wants to do that, your job to be a parent. Rock hard. I had a vasectomy, I'm excited. Go.
Let's talk about use of the space and memberships and how that all relates.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Do you have to be a member to come here and use the...
Yes, but you can get a day pass.
Okay.
Day passes are the most expensive. It's $10 a day, which is still pretty cheap. Regular membership, like a month, it's $40 a month. So it's cheaper than cable. And if you buy an annual membership, it's $1 a day. And because we're nerds, it's $365.25. It's leap year. But
What about for a group?
sure, we do groups all the time. If you want to have an event for your group, we do like if we do Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts and all that kind of stuff, church groups and youth groups and boys and girls clubs, all kinds of stuff. And if you want to book a group, we talk to that gentleman right there, and he would be happy to hook you up. But we do that all the time.
And this is for like, to be more specific, a rocketry group is a place to build.
You guys have Muskegon? Yeah. It's free. Show up. Yeah, I want to host you. I've had a big nubbly one for the Muskegon Rocketry Group for like years, and I've never gotten to get out there on one of the flight days. And I want to host you guys. Yeah.
Can you do it?
I'm Chris.
Chris, we can
I'm the president.
Hi. Cool. I want to host you guys. I don't want any money because you are all about science and technology and getting people off their butt and making stuff.
Can we do winter meetings on Sundays, perchance?
If you need to, I can make it happen.
Alright, because that's the day.
Who wants to learn how to build rockets? Talk to them. They're cool.
Eventually,
Not only can I host your meetings, we have a site nearby here where you can probably do lunches. We have a proving ground, Black Rock, and it's where we go out and blow things up.
Okay. How big of an area is that, so we can figure out?
It's not big enough for your big rockets, but it's big enough for anything small.
Okay.
It's where I launch mine, because I'm not flying away to hell out of Muskegon alone. And several.
When you want to see the big stuff, we have a way up to 15,000 feet. We can do a simple and
15,000 feet? That's it? Okay. I got sailplanes though, that.
yeah, well, it wasn't.
Not that I would ever have flown one of my RC sailplanes that high, because that would be illegal. That could be dangerous.
What you need to do is put a rocket on it.
Yeah, I need JADO on a styrofoam sailplane. That's gonna end great.
Here's the thing, you can't fly above 4,000 feet, or 400 feet unless there's a rocket on it.
That's a valid point.
Put a rocket on it. Don't actually.
You're an evil man. I like you. All right, we're gonna talk after this. Next question. Go.
What thing that you've made here are you most proud of?
Gemini. What thing have I made here that I'm most proud of? As far as projects, Gemini. I built the most powerful Tesla coil ever made in the history of the world. 200,000 watt Tesla coil, which is pretty cool. It's not the biggest, it's the most powerful. There's two bigger in existence right now. One of them is in a semi-trailer. But the most powerful thing I've done here is I get guys like you that grow up to become engineers. That's my paycheck. That's what I want. I don't do this to be famous on the internet. I don't do this because I think that the We Precious Children are our future and everybody gets a medal for showing up. I do this because I hate stupid people. And if I can get you to grow up and say, I want to be an engineer, I want to tangibly make the world a better place, then that's my job. That's the paycheck. That's the best thing I'll ever do in my life. So, I know it's a corny answer, but it's true. Any other questions? Alright, this is what you need to know. Right over there on the wall are 3 red bins. Ed, we'll show them to you. On top are flyers. It's a little Z-fold flyer. It's how you explain this weird place to your friends. In the middle are waivers. There's two different colors. There's white ones and there's something else. They're usually blue or purple. If you're over 18, white. If you're under 18, colored. Those are the waivers. Read the waivers. We have the coolest waivers you've ever read ever. You should be using them for your club. Our waivers use the word death like 50 times. Oh! I have a quick 5-minute thing of homework for all of you. On the table in front of you is a piece of paper and pens. Please take like 2 minutes and fill this out. It helps me do my job better. It doesn't really, but it gets me yelled at every week if I don't. So, the office staff needs this. Do you need one of these? That's my special card with my super secret info on it. So they're not the regular cards. Alright, so we got this part we're messing with. Come here. You want to hold that right there. I'm going to make it do something cool. Okay, you want to look down the hole. Okay, you ready?
Hold on.
Ready?
Go ahead.
That's how you open it. That's how you close it. So I'm going to leave it open. So, yeah.
Cool.
It's just this valve on your screen. Well, they can see the whole thing.
Oop, nope. Hold on.
Just,
okay.
Oop.
It's really cool.
So many teeth. You're so vicious. Yes. Oh my god.
Why can't drink all the time? Your time Chris is near her.
Take a puppy! Come here. Hi. Say hi. The world loves you. You're a good dog. Don't drink out of the coolant. You're so vicious. Hi. God, you're weird.
My poor dog.
Yes, you're so abused. You're so abused. I gotta go back to work. I'm sciencing. Alright, so we took the screws out. Well, that's cool. So we've got a seal here. So that seals around that. And the whole thing actually moves at the same time. So this moves like that. It gives us a shutter. It's an airtight, well, in this case, a vacuum-tight shutter. That's really cool. So on this side we have a vacuum-tight shutter. And there's nothing else going on here. So I'm going to put that back. And I'll put those 3 screws back. Vacuum-tight shutter. That's cool. Okay, so that side gets us into vacuum-tight shutter. What does this side get us into? Does this... Oh yeah, that comes right out. Okay, so there's that. This side doesn't really open. It's got to open into something because there's all this thickness and there's coolant through here. Yeah, it's not... Those 3 just hold that side on. And this has a recess, so this goes down like that and seals. So this holds that on. So I think if I lever this very gently. No, that's in there. Alright. So there's no way into that, but we know that there's a vacuum feed, so we can pull this under vacuum, and a coolant feed that I'm guessing is separate from the vacuum. I think the vacuum goes down to the center beam. What's going on, Sam? Yeah, what's backing up in our parking lot? Okay, so this goes like this. Now put all 5 screws back where we got them. So we're cool there. Huh? Check the alley. Do you see a garbage truck in the alley? What about across the street at the church? Hey, Sam? I think you're hallucinating. Because either we're both having an auditory hallucination and hearing the same thing, or you're hallucinating not seeing anything in the parking lot on your own. And it's statistically much more probable that you're hallucinating on your own than you and I are having matching auditory hallucinations. Huh? It's entirely possible that you're hallucinating me and that I am nothing more than a figment of your imagination. Which is kind of cool. I could be down with that. I could be cool being a figment of your imagination. I mean, it's a gig. Look at these. These are so beautiful. I need a block, because I found a screw that fits, but I need a block that will just, because these sit flush under pressure, I need a block to just sit around them and hold them down. Maybe Sam will love me enough to machine me a block. Maybe. I wouldn't bet on it though. Alright, so now we're down to the gun here. We got everything else out. I can't get the gun off. So we got this part out. This sat here inside. And there's a lot of really pretty things happening here. So, I don't know everything that's going on here, but it looks like science to me. So what is this? Do you know? Can you identify this part? This back piece is made by ETP. It's got some cool bits happening here. I'm just going to leave this intact because it's just so pretty. And I have nothing to be gained by taking it apart. It's just so pretty. What is this? Do you know? Comment. Identify it. So, that's my pretty gun assembly. That just looks like science. This... let's open it back up and give you guys a look inside. It's a nice vacuum chamber. Problem is there's so many penetrations that I have no idea how I'd seal up. So I pulled this out of here. It was sitting about like that, nosed up into here. God, you're short! So it went up into there, up in its butt. So now we have a vacuum chamber with, these are power feed-throughs from here, electrical feed-throughs, that come in here and then go down through. This is a separate vacuum chamber from this one. There's a turbomolecular pump, a big TMP that sits here, and there's a little TMP that sits here. The little TMP that sits there is this one, so that'll give you an idea of scale. This little TMP sits here. And this is the roughing pump here. I gotta think that's the roughing vacuum connection. And then we've got high voltage, low voltage, high voltage, high voltage, high voltage feed-throughs, at least relatively high voltage. So these are all feed-throughs. This one's different. I don't know what's up with this one, but on the outside it looks the same. I think it's just a lower voltage or a different setup or a different frequency spectrum or something. I don't know. And I think, oh, I'm sure, there is here, up on top, you can see there's a little hole. See? And so that's not going to be vacuum tight. Let's see. I don't have anything close to an appropriate tool for this, but we want to grab this and unscrew it and figure that out, because this is mounted on here. Oh, it's just screwed in place. So this ring pulls this, which holds that on the thing. So there is a leak between these two. That's why there's two separate vacuum pumps. And then there's this dingus, which is pretty cool. So the beam line goes out through here. So this is a vacuum seal. There's a vacuum port here, and this sits off the end. So I don't know. I think the whole thing leaks at some point. Like in operation, it has to leak, because this vacuum goes through, vacuum goes through. Like there's vacuum pumps everywhere, but this goes out. And usually anything big enough to have a turbomolecular vacuum pump on it isn't going to have a hole that damn big, because that's going to kill the vacuum pretty fast. Faster than the TM pump can keep up with it, I think. I don't know. I got to learn more about this, but it's pretty cool. We're having fun so far. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Is this the best day ever?
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing is to figure that out. So that'll be tomorrow. Cool.
Nice.
On top of the vise?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay. What are you doing? Oh, this is gonna hurt. I just want you to know I loved you best, Sam. Here. You getting enough expansion on that?
Focus, damn it.
Oh, it's good.
Yep.
Huh. Huh.
They're nice and tight now.
Alisa.
So that's how you do that sometimes. Ideally, you drill the hole to the proper size with a ream. But if you don't have a ream, you're going to shrink your hole with that.
Just a little bit. A little tiny bit.
A little bit. It's
The whole
not
shrinkage.
perfect. It doesn't give you a perfectly straight alignment on your bushing.
Only works after the first kid. 2 or 3 though, that won't work anymore. After 4, you got to use a helicoil.
But it is a quick fix if alignment is not super critical.
And alignment on a throttle assembly for handicapped kid, that can't be that important.
Well,
You want to do it again?
Yep.
All right.
Well, this one might hold itself.
All right. Here.
There is a redundant safety.
Don't tase me, bro.
We have a throttle low switch, so if you let off the throttle completely, it will hit a switch that'll tell the controller, hey, there shouldn't be any throttle going to you.
Oh.
If it still gets throttle, it'll go, oh, there's a
So it's
problem.
like a sanity check and a throttle off. That's kind of
Hey, I should get you guys the other parts.
You should put it together, man. Hey Sam, done fitting holes there.
Wonder if I squeezed the bushing too hard.
No, that wouldn't do that, would it?
Could.
No.
It's not going through right where. Oh, that's what's up. This was a bearing that I didn't tidy up earlier.
Huh?
I had to punch these out.
Okay.
But this is the one that I didn't tidy up yet.
So Sam's going to teach us how to tidy up your bowl.
Just in case you didn't know, it's good to keep your hole tidy.
You never know when someone's going to see it. You just...
This is a ream.
This is the hand reaming that Sam is doing.
But we didn't have a ream that was quite the right size for the bushing.
So you just wiggle it around a little?
Yeah. Close counts.
Okay.
It's bronze bushing. Someone's watching this going, no, don't do that.
Yeah, the voice of my father in my head just is like, what the fuck are you doing with...
Bronze is copper and what?
Traditionally, it's either tin or... I always mix up bronze and brass.
Brass, I know, is copper and
Tin?
lead.
Oh.
Traditionally.
Well, because I worked at a bronze foundry, and we would alloy our copper with iron, silicon, aluminum, tin, phosphorus.
Well, that's gotta be fun to work with.
Not so bad, actually. It was a wee little packet. Made it flow really well.
Huh? You tossed phosphorus into molten everything?
Yeah, like 20... No, that's right.
Because phosphorus burns.
Phosphor bronze was like a 2,000 degree pour, so it was kind of cold.
And it doesn't burst into flames?
No.
Huh. Okay. All the phosphorus I ever worked with, like, burned.
What was real fun to do was to throw a zinc ball in with these 1 pound balls of zinc.
Okay.
You throw them in, whoa, it erupts.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then it snows, what I assume was zinc oxide.
Which is super healthy to breathe.
Mm-hmm. All over you. They said, oh, it's fine, we checked.
A lot of you don't know this, but before I worked at the foundry, he used to have a voice like Mickey Mouse.
So you're not quite telling that story like you told us. Story about how there's a little flume out the top of the building, and most days you go out there and it's just sort of like snowing. It's like this big plume, and it's snowing off in the field.
Because the engineering would show up a little bit later in the day. Production would show up earlier, get things going, get everything running. Well, we had these like 4-foot exhaust fans, like these, 15 horse motor with a 2-blade propeller on it.
Okay.
With big steel doors on top that it lifts as it comes on. You kind of want to have hearing protection on just to stand near them, because they're moving air. We had them up over the furnace. You could tell when we were running 700 bronze, because when you were driving in, you could see a 4-foot diameter column of white ash dumping out of the roof of the building. Which I'm sure the Pennsylvania Department of the Environment was totally okay with that.
Fine. Flippers is always helpful. They're just preparing for global warming.
It was a bad place. I'm glad I don't work there anymore. Miss the people though. Nice people.
You usually find the nicest people in the shittiest jobs.
There's only one thing foundrymen like more than molten metal. beer. We did a lot of drinking.
Well, they got to get rehydrated.
Pretty much any sort of plant. You just go home, you drink, might watch the game.
We had this old timer there who'd been working. I think he was a Vietnam vet, and he'd been working there probably since he got out. And I remember one time sitting at the Christmas party, he's like, you know, I remember there was a time when these cans of pop would be cans of beer. Things just aren't like they used to be. Old Marty Johnson. Cool guy.
I went to high school with Marty Johnson. Probably not the same one.
He was about your size. Had forearms like a gorilla. My God, because he would hand ram these molds.
Okay.
That's what he did all day. Was hand make these green sand molds. God, it was a machine. Oh my God.
You happy with that one yet?
Almost. It's a little sticky still.
Okay.
It's almost there. This one's good. Oh, it's real good.
Probably pisses you off. And something you did earlier when you were super motivated is really nice. And the one towards the end, you're like, shit, now I gotta work on it so it's even.
It's kind of one of those situations where, oh, that's not in quite straight. I'm gonna go right there. Just take your time. It'll all come out all right.
Side note, that pattern is hit. Almost hard to look at. Just do that and tear out so I can get up. Finally find a Allen wrench that fits that.
Oh God, yeah. Gotta go looking for one.
At least we have a standard and metric drawer now.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to find the Stratus wrench. It's like 5/64ths or something. Just.
Isn't that something we would just kind of keep in a box with the Stratus?
We had never had to take apart that part of the Stratus before.
Let's see.
What's the Stratus?
The Stratus Dimension Elite.
You mean the Stratuses?
Stratuses.
Okay, because I'm like, you got a new car? What?
Stratuses.
Stratuses.
Calls her company Stratuses.
Stratuses?
Surprise.
That surface finish isn't to spec.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
You shouldn't have made fun of it.
Surface finish wasn't to spec.
Now it takes the angle grinder and just Grinds everything smooth.
Sticks through the side. That's right, I thought you were going with that.
Put that on the end of a drill, man.
Could, but that'd be powered.
There's a drill right there.
That's like...
That's what I'd do. You gotta be gentle with it, but that's what I'd do.
I don't really have the sensitive touch.
Look at that technique. Well, that holds a great many things. Smooth being one of them. Round, not so much, but it's smooth. I'm gonna get so many hate comments.
Good.
Okay, I gotta go to dinner, so I'll be back in an hour.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Sam.
That's cool. Look at that. So you push the green pedal, and it goes.
Well,
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom. Yeah, that. It'll sound exactly like that.
With the battery-powered
With an
electric motor. Yeah.
Mhm. We'll put speakers in there.
Hey!
Uh-oh.
I can do that!
Speakers?
It'll sound like a diesel locomotive, though. I gotta
wouldn't
think
be
for my
opposed
toy
to
trains, where
Ah.
it's a sound thing, but it totally work off that. It variable DC voltage. Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got a 0 to 5 volt.
You know what the name of the
output.
company is that makes the sound systems
Oh,
for
God.
toy trains?
I don't want to know.
Soundtracks. Yeah!
No.
I'm not making this up, it really is. It's not as good as like a pilot light, but it's close. Soundtracks.
Some nerd sitting in a desk.
It's a train guy, what do you expect?
Like, we gotta come up with the name of this. I got it.
You know what the
Gentlemen, listen to this.
and that dude's got a t-shirt with a picture of railroad tracks that says Soundtracks. Like I got a pilot light shirt.
I bet he doesn't.
He might.
I bet he doesn't.
Give you an idea how serious these guys are, like with their nerdery. What's the proper term for someone who studies trains?
Well, I don't know.
A ferroequinologist. Ah, he got it. Break it down.
It's iron something.
it's an iron horse.
Yeah, ferroequinologist.
I couldn't get the echo.
The study of the iron horse.
When I got the ferro part, I was like, then you in an ologist. I was like,
The study of.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, one who studies. But
Yeah. You don't.
Ology would be the study
Yeah,
of.
you don't see much out of like classical science. At a certain point, you just say he's a fucking engineer. It's just, eh.
Work it! Faster! Faster! That's gonna be a GIF. That needs to be a GIF.
These things ever get turned into gifts?
Oh, it happens all the time. They just did one just the other day with the dog.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
We post an imager will be accused of animal cruelty.
that dog could be hurt.
Yeah, so it was like, embolism, embolism. Like, you really, no, it's not how that works.
You don't know, she could have an open cut in her mouth. Dog chews on weird things.
You see the look I'm giving you, right?
She could have been eating a rock earlier that
No, that's Mackie. It isn't that Mackie eats rocks that bothers me. It's that she poops rocks that bothers me. The dog ate a fucking avocado seed. Whole! Didn't chew it, swallowed an avocado seed.
Well, yeah, she's a dog.
And then she pooped an avocado seed.
That's kind of impressive.
That's kind of impressive for Batman, okay? When you're a little tiny dog, just, oh my God.
It's not a large
She
animal.
immediately took a nap.
Yeah, she pooped an avocado seed and then had a nap because...
Pooped herself to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, like you've never done it. That's my Sunday afternoon. I have a really big poop and then a nap. It's a great system. Comment in with your best I had a poop and then a nap story. I want to read these comments. So does Sam. Gets him hot. Hey, Sam.
What's up?
What you making?
I'm making a bracket to mount the potentiometer. That's the last thing that pot box needs.
Yeah?
To mount.
Is a pot?
For the pot. Well, there's everything else for the pot already.
It's a pot box.
So you know what I just figured out in my head? You don't want to know the train of thought that got me there, but you know what I just realized in my head? You know the candy Nerds, right?
What? Yes.
Nerds?
Yes.
Willy Wonka Nerds?
Yeah.
Or Wonka Nerds or whatever. They're made by Wonka, but yeah. Okay, you know what Nerds are?
Sugar with candy coating.
Nerds are pop rocks that failed.
No way.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but there's no way that they're like coming off the same line.
No, they're totally separate
like
makeup.
How they started.
But like, Nerds are just pop rocks that didn't have any ambition.
The joke, it sounded like an actual analysis.
Yeah, they're chemically very different because pop rocks have probably some kind of acid base mojo happening in there. I don't know.
They basically make them by sort of like freeze drying, but there's CO2 involved.
Yeah.
My favorite still are the little root beer barrels.
Oh God, no.
Fizz.
No.
It's the most wonderful thing ever.
You get the ones you used to be able to
They're
get.
great.
You used to be able to get these little cola bottles. They're gum. They're
Yes.
hollow. You know,
I was just thinking of that.
Those were good. I haven't seen those.
They're made
God,
of
I haven't seen those
wax.
since I was like. No, not the wax ones. These are actually gum. There's the wax bottles where you bite the top off and they got fluid inside. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
But you could get these little tiny 6-packs of like, they came in cola and cherry and stuff like that. But they were gum and they were hollow. But they were gum that tasted like pop. They were good. I liked it.
I still have some more to cut. You'll see that.
Okay.
someday they'll develop a machine that can go up and down automatically. Perhaps even computer control. And then it'll be the future.
You're off.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Come back a little. No, you're too far forward. There, that's good. Come back just a hair. There you go. No, a little more, a little more. To the back, to the back. There. No. Come back about 20 thou. Backwards. No, you're going the wrong way.
Backwards is which way?
Backwards is that way.
Yeah, that's the way I'm moving.
No, you're moving that way. Stop. You're within like 10 thou.
Good enough for
Just good enough for this, yeah. That's sexy.
Let's see if it fits.
Close the door!
I was going to jump this off for 2 seconds.
Cool, close the door while you go through with it. There's no heat on, man!
Where'd I set that pot?
What are you looking for?
Potentiometer? Thought I had it right here. Probably somewhere else.
That's a sexy setup you got there, Sam.
Yeah, washer's just a little too much.
Then you JB the mouse to the box.
Hmm?
Then at this stage.
So, Jan, to the question. Oh, this is what we got. All right. let me take a look here. For 480, H2 to H3 is correct. And for 120, X1 to X3, X2 to X4. That's correct. Very good.
So
How did you figure that out?
I just had to copy it down.
How did you figure that out?
It's really that easy.
How did you figure it out?
Well, that's more or less what I said to you.
Did you math it out here?
No.
Did you copy it down from the thing? That's totally acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's basically what I did.
That's how it's done.
Okay.
Smart people write all that down on there for a reason. But you do, if you're going to work with this stuff, you do need to be able to do it just from the diagram, because it isn't.
Yeah.
These get chewed up and ripped off half and there, so yeah. And just wait. Your PhD in this, okay, your ultimate level is I will give you a transformer with no plate, and you'll have to figure it out just by metering it out. You can do it.
Okay.
It sucks, but you can do it. It's way easier when it's written on the plate.
I like the plate.
The plate is our friend. We love the plates. All right. I'm coming up on 8:30. I got to get the blog edited.
All right.
All right. But we'll be back with Sam tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe.
You be here tomorrow?
Maybe.
All right. Cool. You guys have fun. That's today's captain's blog. I'm gonna go edit this now. See you tomorrow. Hey, if you've watched this long, get in the IRC. Get in on the fundraiser. It's not a big fundraiser. It's not a major deal, but we really got to get it done. We're doing a little fundraiser in the IRC on the live stream, and you can find the live stream and the IRC links in the description here. But we're doing a little fundraiser. We got like $1,000 to go. It's not a lot, to put the handrails on either side here. Okay, the safety handrails. And then this is done. You guys have followed along, seen this area have major transformations. We put a ton of work into this, and it's beautiful now. It's got all the mortars in, and it's looking really good. So the next step on it is the handrails. And then the last step after that will be the cover for the stairs, which will be these really sexy fiberglass covers. But the next big step, the big thing, is the handrails. So I'm going the wrong way. So we could use your help. Please help us out on this. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's today's captain's blog. That's it.